Hello, drama lovers. Welcome back to this channel. Tonight, a piece of news arrived in silence, yet it shook thousands of hearts. An event that wasn't announced, wasn't covered by major media outlets, and wasn't promoted by any agency. But precisely because of that, this moment feels more real, more sincere, and more touching than anything we've ever seen in the entertainment world. In the quiet night of Beijing, exactly 10 minutes before this story broke, someone was seen stepping out of a modest black car in front of a private hospital. His steps were quick but composed. He wore a cap, a hoodie, and a black mask. There were no camera flashes, no crowd of fans, no sound, but his presence couldn't be hidden from those who love him. It was Wang Yibo, and he didn't come for promotions, not for filming, not for work. He came to visit Xiao Zhan. Who's sick? Who's not okay? Since this morning, something felt different in the fandom. Usually, when Xiao Zhan misses an event, there's a formal reason shared by his studio or management. But this time, there was no lengthy explanation. Only a short statement that stirred worry across the fanbase. Due to health reasons, Xiao Zhan will not be attending. Fans began to grow anxious. Discussion groups on Weibo were filled with speculation. Was this just normal fatigue, or was there something more serious? Some even tried to trace which hospital he might have gone to. But all leads seemed to hit a dead end. Until later that afternoon, someone posted a blurry photo of a silhouette, someone who looked very much like Xiao Zhan, being assisted into a hospital through a private entrance. His face wasn't visible, but the slight slump of his shoulders, the slow pace of his walk, and that familiar posture convinced many it was him. The post went viral within minutes. Still, many fans restrained themselves from jumping to conclusions. They waited for an official statement, but none came. And then, the unexpected happened. Someone shared a screenshot from the hospital's rear CCTV. A man in a black hoodie entered through the back entrance, accompanied by a tall bodyguard. He didn't look around. He didn't hesitate. He just walked in, calm and swift. The camera only caught a partial glimpse of his face, but for those who followed his movements for years, there was no doubt. It was Wang Yibo. News of his arrival spread quickly. Yet strangely, no major media outlets covered it. As if it all happened in a parallel world, known only to those who truly cared. The fans. The ones who read body language, mime eyes, walking patterns, and recognize a face even in shadow. And the moment grew even more emotional when a fanbase account shared a photo of Wang Yibo standing outside the ICU room. He wasn't seated. He wasn't on his phone. He was just standing, head bowed, both hands in his pockets. His shoulders were tense, like someone holding back a storm of emotions in silence. There were no captions on that photo, but thousands of comments poured in, most of them impossible to write without tears. He came for him, when no one else did, when all eyes were shut. He came. Even when the world isn't watching, his heart knows where it belongs. Yibo may never say it out loud, but his actions tonight say everything. It's been a long time since the public saw a direct interaction between Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan. After the Untamed skyrocketed their fame, the two rarely appeared together. Some believe it's just part of their diverging careers, different paths, different projects, conflicting schedules. But many others feel there's something deeper. Something unspoken. Whether it's intentional distance or feelings only they understand. Now, with Xiao Zhan's health in question, all those speculations seem irrelevant. Because the simplest fact has been revealed. When one of them is down, the other shows up. Uninvited. Unannounced. Just there, because he wants to be. There's an honesty in that kind of action that words can't express. As of tonight, there's still no official update on Xiao Zhan's condition. But according to a medical staff member who chose to remain anonymous, Xiao Zhan has been physically overwhelmed due to an intense work schedule. His immune system had crashed, leading to severe fatigue that required urgent care. Doctors have recommended complete rest and a pause from all activities for the next several days. Wang Yibo didn't stay long at the hospital. Witnesses say he was inside for about 40 minutes before exiting with his face still covered. He didn't say a word. He didn't respond to a staff member who recognized him. He just nodded and left. And just like his arrival, his departure was silent. On social media, fan reactions surged like an unstoppable wave. They created long threads about the duo's friendship, piecing together old moments that had long been forgotten. Behind-the-scenes clips from the Untamed resurfaced. Old interviews went viral again. Fans began to realize that even if the cameras no longer captured them side by side, maybe that connection never truly disappeared. Some even wrote open letters. One of them read, "Yibo, thank you for being the one who came when everyone else was only asking questions. You didn't explain anything, but you showed up. And sometimes, presence speaks louder than 1,000 words." Now, all eyes turn to one question. Could this be the beginning of their connection returning to the public eye? Or is this a quiet reminder that not everything meaningful needs to be visible? Human connections, especially those built on mutual understanding and silence, don't always need a spotlight. Sometimes, it's when they step away from the stage that a bond grows even stronger. Xiao Zhan is currently in recovery. Wang Yibo has returned to his hectic schedule. But that night, both of them were in the same space. In silence. In sincerity. And for those of us watching from afar, all we can do is hope that whatever their relationship is today, it remains like that night. No doubts, no force, just a heart that knows exactly where it should be. So, what do you think, drama lovers? Is this proof that their bond never truly broke? Or is it just a fleeting moment from a relationship that will never be made public again? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. We'll be keeping a close eye on Xiao Zhan's condition and will share updates as soon as any official news is released. For now, all we can do is wait. With hope. And with prayer. See you in the next video. And remember, sometimes, the most touching stories are the ones never announced.